Nature Center North Ogden Trailhead. Now that sounds like a great location. So let's go in and see what we can find, shall we? Thanks for joining me again. This is Mike with Wild Utah Edibles.
This is white.
What are we seeing here, Ford?
This is white sage.
Yeah, white sage. See, we've got a lot more of that in Utah than most people realize. Did not overwinter very well, but it'll come right back. There's a bunch more of it off in here. I was trying to pinch the picture out like this.
When we walked out, I saw something I want to take a look at.
All right, we'll go back and look at it on the way out. Love these rocks. This is beautiful. My goodness, what a wonderful little place. So I'm walking down along the trail here and see this Rumex from last year. So there's quite a bit of Rumex or yellow dock, curly dock in there. I'm not seeing any fresh growth in here from this yet. And there's another stand of it right there, some back in there. Some of these trees look like they're thorn apple. We've got some acorns on that one, so that's obviously some gamble oak. Love those trees, man. Big sage. Big sage is a good one if you have mild asthma. If you're having trouble breathing when you're out hiking, just grab some of that, crush it up in your fingers and smell it, and it'll open up your airways. Help you get a good breath. Look at that. There we go. Okay, Ford, I want you to come and taste this one. This is awesome. You know what we're looking at there?
Choke cherry?
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Okay, what you want to do is peel off the outer skin.
Is it like it almost looks like a...
Just pull that off and break it, and then just peel the skin and leave all that chaff inside. We're not going to... Oh, no, we want the skin.
Oh.
That's the part you're going to eat. So pull the skin off.
Well, I'm going to get my glasses on, too. I want to know what I'm eating.
You think looking at it's going to tell you? Okay, I just told you to eat something. You just trust me, huh?
If I die,
So just peel away all the skin and keep it, and throw away all those seeds.
Okay.
And then put that skin in your...
Should I do that over here? I feel like I should do that over here.
Yeah, do it over here where it'll grow a new plant.
It feels...
Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a treat. Either that or I'm teasing you and it's going to be something horrible.
Oh man.
I'm going to film your reaction though, so...
Oh.
It's for the good of the rest of the world. Just scrape away all that fuzzy stuff and then just pop that into your mouth and give me your best reaction of what you're tasting there. That's good. That's perfect. Just put it in your mouth. Trust me. Have I ever led you astray?
Oh man.
Fruit leather?
Yes. It tastes like a fruit roll-up.
Isn't that cool?
Even the texture of it.
Rose hips.
This is rose hips?
These are rose hips. And this is the best time to harvest rose hips, guys. If you are in Ogden, yeah. If you're in Ogden, come up here to the trailhead that I mentioned earlier that I can't remember already, and get yourself some amazing fruit snacks. And then take all of those seeds as you eat them and sprinkle them out throughout the area so that we can get some more
so it's kind of
rows growing. The way to get the seeds out of that, can you hold that? I just started squeezing and I can peel out, push the seeds out and end up with that. Boy, it just kind of, it's soft, so it kind of just dissipates. So maybe it's not the greatest way. But just take that.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, it's so good though.
Yeah, it's just pure fruit roll-up, man. It's so cool. I love that. So I'm kind of like a kid in a candy store out here with plants. You'll see that with me if you come on the tours. But this one was the one I was talking about earlier. that was one of my hardest ones to identify because I didn't see it with the flower. So these nasty little burrs are some of the prettiest flowers out in nature. And this plant is wild comfrey. So comfrey is known as knit bone, helps heal wounds. And this is hound's tongue, which is a cousin to comfrey. And it's got those tiny little burrs, so it's not always all that fun to have in your dogs or cats or animals or whatever, your shoelaces and such. But
I hate when I get it in my shoelaces.
but the flowers are pretty. The flowers are really pretty, and the plant has some value medicinally. It's not something you're going to eat necessarily, but know the medicinal value. How far did we walk there between that last plant? 10 feet?
Yeah.
20 feet? So here's teasel. So, oh, here we go. We got some young ones. See all those young teasels coming up?
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't teasing you when I said that teasel is actually good for Lyme disease. Research that. But here's our teasel growing up. Another friend of mine, Mikhail, feel free to chime in if you're watching my video, told me that you can cut these open and sometimes you'll find larvae in there as a bait for fishing. But here we've got the young ones growing, a whole bunch of teeny tiny teasels growing there all over the ground. So one of the fun things about this is understanding the life cycle of the plants, because here we've got these young plants growing out down at the ground, and then these dead plants up at the top, and you wouldn't think that they're related, let alone actually the same plant, right? That's not necessarily the first thought in your mind. As you look at these, it looks like two different plants, right? It doesn't look like one and the same. And so that's one of the reasons I love to identify the plant all the way through its life. And if you want a clue, just look at the dead standing plants that are around. So when you see the green down at the ground, don't keep your eyes just down on the ground there looking at what's growing down here and wondering, what is that? But instead look up and say, okay, what dead stuff is around us? And then if you can identify all stages of life of the plant, then it's a lot easier. I can look at this and say, okay, this is teasel. I know teasel. And if we look down at the ground, we got little plants growing there. Well, if I'm going to research that to find out what it is, my first guess is going to be to research teasel. Here's some more rumex. So we might have some rumex leaves growing somewhere down here. Dock, curly dock.
Curly dock, okay.
Another rumex right here, and sure enough, look at that, some young growth right down there. It's red. Why is it red? Because it's cold. And over here, what do we got? Rumex. So see, there we have the curly dot growing as a leaf. Again, really cold, so it's red in color. We come over here and we've got the dead one, this big long stalk, and we follow that all the way down, and we see the same leaf structure as the one that's growing over there, so we know that these are the same plant.
So this just means it's been
rose.
kind of almost in hibernation. It's cold.
Yeah, it's growing. It wants to grow, but it's really cold.
You
and
can
so
see this is going to be another
the green
leaf right here, right? Probably.
Right. Yep. So this is the plant that Ford saw coming in that he wanted me to identify. So I'm going to do that now after a brief break from our sponsor. Picture this. I'm going to go look at the app because I don't know what that is. When you're using a app, Picture This has been one of the best that I've ever used. I've heard a lot of people rave about iNaturalist. Picture This has done really well. So if I'm going to take a picture of this for the app, I'm going to take a picture from this view. I'm going to take a picture from this view. I'm going to come over here and take a picture this way. I'm going to do 3, 4, maybe 5 pictures of this plant. And if every one gives me the same identification, then I can feel pretty confident that that's the plant.
Mike,
then I can go further and identify it a little more.
Look at these seeds.
Those are seeds of a fruit that looks like an apricot, honestly. And you're digging it out of a dung pile. And you know what my guess is? That's bear scat. That's an animal that pooped that out.
No, because look how...
You got little tiny
I don't know.
pellets of something, but whatever that is isn't eating those bigger
I don't think
things.
it's bear scat.
It doesn't look, there's no like large remnants of scat, so it's hard to say, but
Yeah, maybe it's broken down and...
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is
Interesting.
it was bear scat, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And here's
One way
more
or
of
another, I think you're digging through a poop pile. So let's find out what this
And I'm
plant is.
perfectly okay with that. I mean,
So lamb's tongue ragwort is the definitive answer on this, but Ford brought up an interesting question. Can you remember how you said it?
well, so you could be literally right next to something that may be edible and usable, and you think, oh, I'm gathering this, and right next to it something very similar but just a little bit different that could be harmful.
And so what do you do, right?
So what do?
So the answer to that question is the number one rule with foraging. Absolutely never ever eat anything that you can't 100% positively identify. If you don't know what it is, don't take my word on a YouTube video. What do I know? Who am I, right? Don't just watch a YouTube video, see a plant and think, oh, this is that plant, and go eat it because you think it's edible. Do extensive research, talk to somebody locally, make sure you know what you're eating.
And really, literally from, like, we're talking 2 feet away, the only difference is that's got like a red, I don't know how to describe this, you probably can do better, but it's got the red in it from
In
over
leaf,
there,
right.
And then you come
We've got
here and
another
you
one
turn
that
it
looks
around.
similar, that's-
Looks similar, but even the
Different veining,
the
different coloration.
the leaves are
different
actually
plant.
a little curled under on the edge. This isn't, this is more flat.
Yeah, new plant for me that he discovered, that Ford discovered. So, devil's bit. Never seen this one before, but that is coming up in the app after several photos taken as devil's bit. We went a step further here. We're looking at all of this that I was telling him he's picking through bear scat because I don't see any trees that would have this type of fruit. And so we decided to look around a little more and open our eyes. Sure enough, wild plum right above us here.
And you know what's funny?
So,
it's all fallen off except literally right there. It's funny.
Yeah, and it actually does taste like
It
plum.
was actually
a little
really
bit.
good.
You want to eat more?
I kept eating that. It tasted
I can
really
reach
good.
that if you want me to get those. I can go
I'm just licking it off my fingers.
go get some more candy from the rose hips. Oh, look, there's some right there. All right, what else are we gonna find?
Here's your curly dock,
Yep.
and this would be curly dock young.
Yeah, and I wonder what that tastes like right now.
Can we eat it?
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
Well,
Sharp,
yeah,
kind of a bitter.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but this
Look,
is
there's
not.
more of it.
You know what? This isn't curly dock.
Well,
Okay, this is
now
this
I'm
is cool.
dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it is dock. It is a sorrel. It is rumex, but you see the shorter, the skinnier stalk. Shorter. It's not like 4 foot tall like some of the
that other stuff.
the
we
curly
were
dock,
looking
right?
at, yeah.
This is mountain sorrel, is what I'm thinking. I think this is mountain sorrel. So mountain sorrel is a sorrel that's smaller. It is in the same family. It is edible.
It just kind of tastes grassy.
I think honestly what we're dealing with here is it's just it's new growth, it's overwintered, the snow just left like yesterday,
Yeah.
and so it just doesn't have a lot of flavor yet. It's going to get sun, it's going to turn green, and it's going to be more flavorful.
Yeah. But I mean, look at this.
Back over here somebody had a nice, yeah, there we go, there's a good one. We got to find that tree.
Yeah.
Walnut. Somebody had a good meal back over here a little bit earlier. Can you tell I'm a
Rose hip.
meat eater? Yeah, more rose hip.
So
So
it's got like what, the flower part of it.
yeah, or
So-
fungus on it.
So-
It looks like.
Okay.
Oh my
Look at
gosh!
it.
Look at all of that. Oh
at all
gosh.
that.
Okay, we ought to just feast right here. But what Ford was trying to explain that I cut him off on with all my jokes is, you get down and start moving some of that debris away and looking at the ground instead of just traipsing through the forest, you're going to find all kinds of stuff growing there.
I really wish you'd take this stuff serious, Mike.
One of these days, maybe I will.
That's onion, that's onion. Onion.
Ford's doing a better job at foraging here than I am today, I think.
Look, all that onion up there. Look
But
at all that.
we just found a bunch of wild onion. So he looked at this and he said, that doesn't look like grass. And so I said, well, if it smells like an onion, then it's an onion. So I'm trying to dig it up and see if we can get to a bulb. The wild onions that we have most of the time here in Utah are really tiny plants.
Now, what's that white? Is that
That's
yeast?
mycelium. That's a fungus, mushroom foundation. Extremely valuable for the ground.
I was going to say you need that in the soil. Oh, look at the little.
There we go. Absolutely an onion. Now, the way you tell if it's an onion is
you eat it.
You don't eat it first. You pinch, smash some of it and smell it. And this whole thing, from that little tiny bulb there all the way up to the top of the green, should smell like an onion. So clean some of that off for me. You can be my guinea pig. Always take a friend with you when you're foraging and have him taste it first.
Yeah. I see what. Mike, how long have we known each other? I thought we were better friends.
Somebody that you don't care about too much. We already smashed this, and isn't that tasty?
It is. Oh my gosh.
Little wild onions. This
Way
isn't
better
like
than-
a white onion or something. These are tasty, tasty little treats from the forest.
Look at them all right here. This is all onion.
Now, you're going to have to dig a bit, but honestly, there are so many there. If you just bring in a shovel and pull up, dig up one little spot, and then
you put that
gonna have a bunch
with
of
some
that.
Dandelion over here.
But don't do that in this area. You want to go a little further out where you're not taking away from from a lot of people seeing something.
All of that's onion.
So
look at that.
But yeah, that's not grass. That's onion we're seeing there. Yeah, lots and lots of onion in here. Here's some more dandelion. Some dandelion missing some tops of its leaves. So
Look at this.
been some deer in here.
Look at that beautiful.
Wow. Holy cow. See, something like that, honestly, you could probably grab that whole thing and just pull that up, and a lot of those bulbs will just come out. Oh my gosh, it's so tasty.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wild onions crazy up in here.
Wow, this is a fantastic spot for onions. You know what? You probably could harvest a few of these and be okay. I don't know what the city authorities would say about that, if they'd have problems, but
again, there's your.
just don't take it all. Oh, look, they chewed that one right on down to the ground. Some more sorrel. It really is fun. You get right down here on the ground and start looking through things and paying attention.
Yeah, just slow down.
Slow down, enjoy life, and it's not what you
Now,
what you
is
think
this?
initially.
Got my eye on this one. And I guess we should maybe look
Bring a
up.
first aid kit.
I did. Look at the fruit. On
Oh,
that,
yeah.
On that tree.
That looks
Now
like
look at
apples.
That, that is a little apple.
You gonna eat a rotten apple now too?
No, that smells more like a big plum. Is it? Or am I not?
Definitely a fruit. Let's go look at the tree and see what clues we can get. My goodness, this is a food forest in here.
That is. Okay, so.
All right, so follow that tree down. It's this tree right here. So
Gosh, how
this
many
was
things
a
have we seen?
fun one. We've seen a lot.
I mean, we get like left. We need to like.
Gotta document all this, right? Well, I'm videoing some of them. So, Siberian crabapple, all the way from Siberia here just for you. And a month ago, it probably felt like Siberia here. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of apples there that have been fallen, and they're a lot sweeter right now than they were a couple months ago, I'm sure.
Now this
But
is an interesting. It just keeps getting more interesting. I think this is an altar
an altar.
to to something. I don't know, maybe we need to.
Maybe some of you locals can tell us what's going on back here.
Hey there.
Locals aren't so friendly, barking at me.
Me and the miniature Doberman Pinscher there.
This is just a wonderland. What an amazing, fun little area. So much to see in here. Nope.
I don't know.
You've seen it scattered all throughout here.
Is that real? Is that the same? Is this?
It's the dock. It's a sorrel.
Duck.
It could be a yellow dock, a red dock. It doesn't look like the curly dock. Curly dock gets its name from curly leaves. This is a big leaf. It's bigger than I normally see on the mountain sorrel, but from what I've seen around here, they've all looked smaller. But it's definitely the Rumex. So it's edible. Okay, so here we have a cut branch. Where did this come from? I don't even see any of these trees around here, but this is Russian olive. I wonder if they just cut it down, like get rid of that thorny tree. So Russian olives are mostly just outer cardboard shell. There's very little meat to them, very little fruit. They're mostly just a big pit. But we're gonna have Ford taste this.
We are.
And tell us what he thinks about it. How does
How
that
do I
one
do
look?
this?
Does that look okay? Look clean enough? So, you want me to do it first? I can do it first.
What are we doing?
We're tasting a Russian olive. It's an olive.
What do I do with it? Just stick the whole thing in?
So, stick it in your mouth, chew off the outer part, and spit out the seed. I'm grinning at him. He doesn't trust me. Okay, I want a flavor assessment. If you get any kind of flavor, sweet, bitter, sour, anything that you could describe flavor.
Dry?
Dry's texture. I was going to get to texture.
Oh, Mike, you dog.
All right, no, we're not going to let him be alone in this.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, I need water.
Water's all the way back at the truck.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's right.
Terrible.
It's nasty. Dry.
Oh, I can't get that out of my, you can't get it out off your teeth.
All right, go find some dandelions, some rose hips, something better to put in your mouth now.
Oh man.
Some bear dung.
You owe me.
So Russian olive, the aftertaste is somewhat sweet, but very little sugar in it. It's mostly just a hairy piece of cardboard or
Don't
leaf.
do it.
Don't do it. It's not very tasty.
Don't fall into peer pressure.
All right, we found some water for you, Ford.
Hey, what's this?
You want to take a drink of it?
What's this?
Looks like duckweed. That really could be duckweed. Did you just drink some of that?
No. But I want to get that out of my.
You know what? Honestly, I would probably not be too worried about drinking some of this stuff. It looks pretty well filtered, except over here in this muddy brown area. But yeah, taking a drink off the top of that.
That's the guy that says, "Try this, Ford."
All right, so let me show you how to try this. Here,
Look at
hold this.
that. Do you see that?
Yes, we'll go look at that in a minute. All right. Tastes like cow piss. No, it tastes like fresh water.
There's a cow right up there.
All right, I'll let you know if I get sick later. All right, so here's a fun one. This is awesome. Let's see if I can get over there without getting too wet. This is fun. I'm finding all kinds of new stuff. I had to research this one, but this is salad burnet. Supposedly tastes like a cucumber, commonly used in salads. And it doesn't taste like a cucumber yet, says Ford. But we got quite a bit of that growing over here, amongst lots and lots of teasel. I absolutely love this place. This is incredible. So here we've got some more of some type of Rumex, and I'm second guessing myself now because I was thinking this would be mountain sorrel because it was so short, but that one is, shoot, that's a good 5 foot, if not 6 foot tall to the top of it there. There's some more of it over there. Quite a bit of it back in here. Look at those. There's one back there more than 8 feet tall, but it is not curly dock. It's a different rumex. Oh, angels singing. There's our treat. Something better to put in our mouth. Dropped mine. Here's a special little note. Don't do it just because your friends do it. You might be sorry. All right, guys, somebody who's seen this and knows what this is. It looks to me like a fungus, but I don't know. Is that some kind of an insect home? This is an infested rose bush here. Post in the comments if you know what is going on with this thing, because I don't think I've ever seen such a thing. What is all that?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't eat this.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to eat the rose hips from this, especially that one right there. That growing out of it. Come on, focus. There we go. Please don't shoot the signs.
The pod broke open, and that's where the seed pod
And the
was.
seeds fell, yeah.
And all that then is
Lots of dead mustard from
And what kind of mustard
last year.
specifically?
No idea, honestly. This is like a field mustard. There are over 3,000 different plants in the mustard family.
Really?
So,
And they're all edible.
yes, they're all edible and palatable to different degrees.
Okay, cattail.
And there we got the cattail.
Can you eat any part of the cat? Ouch.
You can eat a lot of parts of the cattail. So you can eat the root. They have rhizomes that go down, a lot of starch in the rhizome. You can eat the shoots, the young shoots as they start growing up.
When they're green?
Well, they're white actually.
Okay.
And
Well, you mean the roots are white?
no,
But is it
the
a white
shoots.
plant?
So the young shoot is the part that grows out of the root. So right down by the root, you're going to have the shoot come up when it's young, or even when it's a tall green plant. If you can cut the bottom off and take that the whitish part, it's kind of like a cucumber as far as texture and flavor.
I've seen what you're now. I know.
Then you can eat that. And then there's a mucilaginous kind of goop around inside the leaves there. You can use that to thicken soups. And then before the flowers turn into these hot dog looking things, they're wrapped in green leaves, and there's both a male and female flower, and you can eat both of those before they unwrap when they're in flower stage. Ford, did you just eat this berry over here? Might have to minister some first aid. This is common privet. He did not eat it, but he squished it into his finger. It is poisonous to humans. One thing about berries is look at the end of the berry, and if it has a crown like a blueberry, any crowned berry is edible. And so this one does not have a crown, so you got to research it and find out. The fact that this is here at the end of winter and none of the, well, maybe not none of the berries, but it's still full of berries. They're not all gone. Tells me that if the animals are staying away from it, I probably want to. So yeah, I looked it up, and sure enough, common privet is a European tree with poisonous berries. Don't eat them. So going back to what I said earlier about absolutely not eating anything unless you can positively identify it. This is new to me, but I'm seeing on the app many times as I take pictures of this plant, like that one right there, and even some angles of this one, it says that it's lamb's tongue ragwort. But with other pictures that I've taken of this exact plant right here in this area, it's given me an identification of Virginia bluebell. So this is one that I would watch before doing anything with it, see if it grows a flower, and then check identification based on that flower to learn the plant more clearly. Well, thanks for joining us today with Wild Utah Edibles mini tour. If you get the opportunity to join us up here in Ogden, this nature trail is incredible. I think spring, summer, probably even into the fall, there's going to be some amazing stuff to see up here. So I look forward to coming back. Have a great day. Subscribe, click the like button, and share it with somebody who might enjoy it. Thanks for watching.